Sean Hanna.
Thank you very much. I will try not to use my entire 5 minutes. Mark, you indicated at the outset that you did not exactly rest easily at night knowing that the DEC was out there to protect you. Well, as the former regional director of the DEC, I can tell you you're a wise man. Uh, the DEC technicians who last came out to Webster to look at this site more than a year ago are not the ones who made this decision. This decision was made by the second floor of the state capitol building. I was there for a long time. I know how it works, and I can guarantee you that's what's behind all of this. Additionally, I was disappointed to hear in all the discussions about these purported environmental benefits of this project that nobody ever mentioned anything about habitat. Habitat has always been what's driven my environmental activism, and I can't see a great deal of habitat environmental benefit to clear cutting 17 acres of natural habitat. But that's actually not why what I'm here to talk about. I want to talk about something a little bit different from the topics discussed by the other folks. I want to talk about where this project came from. In 2019, the Albany Brain Trust decided that by the year 2030, 70% of New York State's electricity had to be generated by renewable energy. That's where this came from. They passed an act to that effect. And all the businessmen and all the power experts said, that doesn't really make any sense. Who is going to invest their own money in the solar projects in upstate New York? It doesn't work here. It's not efficient. And Albany said, we'll pay for it with tax money, with the people's tax money. And the energy company said they'll pay for all of it. Yes, we'll pay for all of it. Well, that's a great deal. So the applications all started pouring in, and people started patting each other on the back and shaking each other's hand, congratulating each other, because this was a great progressive policy. Now, fast forward to last week. Last week, NYSERDA, which is the New York State Energy Agency, released a letter saying, wow, that was a bad idea. If we go through with this, the cost of electricity for the average New York State household is going to increase by $4,000 per year. The price of gasoline will go up by more than $2.30 per gallon. And so all the people who put this project into effect are now retreating. As we speak, and I mean literally as we speak, they are negotiating to get rid of this law. And when the budget is passed on or about April 1st, the law that gave birth to this project will be gone. And Montante and Xerox are trying to be the last passengers on the taxpayer gravy train. Now, I don't say that as a criticism. There are a lot of, like I said, the last people on the gravy train. There were a lot before them. But the problem is, you guys do not owe a responsibility to Montante. You don't have a responsibility to the Xerox executives in their Connecticut houses. Your responsibility is to the people in this room who are not making money on this project. And you are here, and this is in front of you because the other people who are making money are asking something extraordinary from you. Something to which they're not entitled, something that they should only be granted if you think it is in the best interest of the people of Webster. It is not. This is not in the best interest of Webster. Webster gets nothing out of it. The people don't get anything out of it. And the people you're here to represent are very much opposed to the project. You need to do your jobs. You need to vote no. You need to exercise your conscience. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Great points. Thank you.
All right.
And as a reminder, Monica, the rules apply to you too.
Okay. I'm going to be brief. My name is Monica, and I live on Tall Birch Trail in Hang Tight.
Can you pull the mic closer to your? Thank you.
That's surprising because most people can hear me without a mic. I only have one question, then I have some stuff I want to go over. Is it possible to make it a smaller solar farm so not to disturb the wildlife habitat established on the land already planned for this project? I know nobody can answer my question now, it's just a question. Because I am an animal lover, more so than caring about people. But I am for the solar farm. Okay, so I want to start with a few of these things. People brought up the noise. Solar farms are generally quiet with noise limited to low-level daytime hum, 30 to 40 decibels. Forgive how I'm talking because I had a tooth extraction, so I'm talking funny. Another thing, distance. Noise from inverters often falls between 38 decibels at 100 feet and is generally inaudible from 500 feet away. And from my understanding, these are going to be further, okay? So it should be pretty quiet or nothing. Mitigation, sound control design such as acoustic fencing or enclosures, and I believe the trees are going to be put up, which would also cut back on any noise or whatever, can be installed around inverters to further reduce noise level, sometimes down to 27 decibels. Time of day. Inverters only operate when the sun is shining, meaning the primary noise source is silent at night. And most people, even though that you might be retired, I'm assuming you don't spend 24/7 in the house. You go out. At least most of us do. So solar farms are rarely considered a major noise nuisance due to these low, manageable, and largely daytime-only sound levels. Okay, hang tight. What do I have here? Now, I'm assuming that everybody has a microwave, and people used to be afraid of the microwave when they first brought it in because, you know, people were afraid of cancer, sterility, blindness if you stood too close to it. Well, they've come a long way with that, and solar farms have been around, I believe, for quite some time, so I'm sure they improved on certain things because of people's concerns. Okay, I'm going to go to that in the last. Hold on one second. Oh, also, solar farms are not considered bad for human health and are generally safe to live near with negligible negative health impacts according to North Carolina State University and other studies. And some of those other studies were done by Columbia University. They produce no air pollution, they operate quietly, and emit only low-level, non-ionizing electromagnetic fields, comparable to household appliances, which do not damage the DNA. So if anybody's concerned about that, you're safe. EMF levels at the edge of a solar farm are extremely low and well within safety limits, posing no risk to residents or those with pacemakers. You know, Gannett, what do you call it? Gannett, thank you. Is not so far from here. I don't know, is anybody concerned about that or their safety, issues? I know I was when I went there to do a lecture for somebody. So anyway, safety and toxicity. Components are sealed and materials like silicone do not leach into the soil or water, meaning there is no chemical toxicity risk. See, that's my problem with my speech. Health benefits. Solar farms improve public health by reducing reliance on fossil fuels. I'm not getting political, people. This is not a political issue, all right? I'm just looking at things on other levels where we could all maybe agree, and if we disagree, maybe we can come to terms. So it decreases harmful air pollutants that cause respiratory and heart diseases. While not a health hazard, some residents may experience noise from inverters or visual impacts, but these are managed via proper planning. And I do believe that the company has pretty well established a good plan.
Thank you, Monica. You're fine.
I'm sorry, that